Hi friends, this is Vineet Pandey and today we are going to talk about UPSC optional English literature. Do you know that the candidates are actually scared of taking this subject as their main subject? Yes, in India, English is a kind of word which creates panic. People think that UPSC is one of the toughest exam, and in that toughest exam, if you are choosing a main subject which is English literature, another toughest thing, you are making a mistake. But no, my friends. UPSC has offered 48 optional subjects to the candidates. The civil services examinations, you simply have 48 different options for your mains. Out of these 48 optional subjects, 23 are the literatures of various languages or various type of cultures. English literature is one of the most important and phenomenal literature. It helps the students to score good. When I started these classes, even I didn't know that why students are going for English literature. I used to think that people are scared in India. If you have read the Anglophilia concept of post-colonial studies, the English is an alien language for us. It is language 2. We are predominantly language 1 speaker, native speakers. So there is a psychological fear of English. And I also used to wonder that why people go for English literature, and then the students themselves came with their studies, their researches. They told me that it's a scoring subject. The syllabus is small, and if somebody can teach us in a proper way, we can do miracles. Yes, English literature is one of them and is a popular optional among the language options. Do you know in 2017 IS exam, the All India rank holder, 26th rank was by Anjali S with her main subject English literature. She bagged this 26th rank. Contrary to what many people think that it is not possible to secure good marks in literature, she proved everyone wrong. Just like her, there are many other people who have proved us all wrong and made good scores, got good rankings, nailed the IS exam with their main subject English literature. Let's talk about English language optionals, success rate, pros and cons, preparation tips, and also about toppers. The first thing you must be worrying about is that why people take English literature as optional, and if they take it, how many people are there? Normally, 50 to 70 students opt for English literature as their optional subject. Do you know it enjoys a good success rate in every year? There are successful candidates with this optional subject. In 2005, yes my friends, mark this thing, 2005, the first rank was bagged by Mona Pruthi, who had taken English literature as her optional. Here in this list, you can see the toppers, those who took English literature as their main subject, as their optional subject in CSE mains. Sometimes students make a call and they ask me, sir, what is the success rate? You know, everybody wants to be assured. Everybody wants to be assured that yes, if I do that, I will be successful. The success rate in English literature is clearly visible in this list. Check this. As you can see, it's starting from 2010, 11, 12 and goes to 2017. It's clearly visible that the percentage is really good. You can see English language optional has reasonably good success rate. And to give you proper faith, I'm also posting these names of these toppers here. Check these people. You will be able to know that these people made in IAS with English literature optional. That reminds us that yes, things are possible. As I have talked about many toppers, I've talked about the success rate, percentage. Still, do you know why you should opt for English literature optional? As in this case, if you know that the English literature optional has its own benefits. The first thing, the syllabus is very short. It can be prepared normally. As I teach in my UPSC classes, we finish the batch, we finish the course within 2 months. And for rest of the time, till the main exam comes, we keep preparing you for writing thing. If you are undeciding about your optional subject, you should simply go for this thing that if English literature inspires you, if you have your emotional connection. Many of you come from a background where you have taken graduation English literature. You have done post-graduation in English literature. if you are a graduate in English literature, if you are a postgraduate in English literature, I think this is the best option for you because technically you are already prepared for these things. If you have love for English literature but do not have the background of English or English literature, still you can be the part of it. The best and the most important thing that you have to remember is that the syllabus is really very short. Small syllabus, not like political science, theology, history, geography, social science, where you have to read a lot. And moreover, the competition you will encounter is far less. You will only have to write better than your competition. And how many people are attempting? 50 to 70. If you are working hard, suppose you are in my batch, I am guiding you, I am teaching you. Is it really tough for you to beat those 50 to 70 people? Not that tough. Yes, it's easy. 2 months are more than sufficient for your optional preparation with my strategy. And moreover, I am very much syllabus oriented person with previous year's question papers. When I went through those question papers, I found what kind of questions are being asked from those easy looking books. Looking at King Lear, Tempest, it looks easy. But when you find out that what kind of questions have been asked, you will understand that yes, there are some most important points which students are not aware of, but you must teach them as a teacher. And when we started, we actually found that qualifying using English literature as an optional subject is not a bad idea. One of my students asked me that, sir, you keep praising UPSC optional English literature, but do you know that there are some drawbacks? I asked him, what are the drawbacks? He said that coaching centers are not available for UPSC. UPSC English literature teachers are not available. My dear friends, I must tell you, teachers in India can teach literature better than Shakespeare. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about everyone. We have guts, we have teachers. The problem is that in UPSC, as I told you, only 50 to 70 people are going for their forms, based on the census or based on the data of 2017, only 50 to 70 people are going. Maybe in 2022, more people will go. But again, how many? 100, 150. So if there are only 100 and 150 students, the teachers will not be able to initiate a class because technically they will be having only 5 to 6 students. And when the number of students is less, teacher feels less inspired. Not everybody gets that kind of inspiration. When I started my classes with 7 students and now we have 74 students registered in the batch for this particular session, I totally understand that when you go for a class of 74 or when you start with 7, there is a different level of enthusiasm. Then the problem of literature, that some of the students who do not get a good guidance, a proper study in their graduation. If your teachers didn't teach you in a proper way in your graduation, you will feel that you are scared in this thing. But trust me, even if you do not speak in English, but you have love for English, you can take it. Yes, even if you are not coming from the background of English, you can take it. It's hardly a 2-month syllabus. If it's a 2-month syllabus, then let's assume it will be a 3-month syllabus for you. But then it will save a lot of time and you don't have to compete a lot of people. All you have to do is just make sure that whatever you write, that is properly examined, perfected with the proper guidance. One of the other benefits of English literature is that it is not unpredictable like science, political science, history, where they can ask anything from anywhere. It's a limited syllabus with limited questions, and all of these things are stories. Who can forget the story of King Lear? Who can forget the story of Tempest? Who can forget the story of Sons and Lovers? There is a series on Netflix. In short, it's interesting. It will create your curiosity. You will be able to remember everything. You will be able to remember their lines, quotations, references. In short, a very small syllabus, and if you actually work hard in a proper guidance, nobody can stop you. This is a cakewalk for you. Yes, on camera I'm talking about this thing. This is a cakewalk, UPSC English Literature optional. If you are having a proper guidance, if your teacher knows what exactly you have to prepare to score really well in optionals, it is one of the finest subject for your optionals. As I kept on telling you that the syllabus is short, do you know, if I just sum up in numbers, it has only 14 novels, 5 plays, 60 poems, And most of these poetries are very small, by John Donne, by W.B. Yeats. Imagine guys, just imagine, please think about it. What is the syllabus? Just imagine that syllabus has 14 novels, 5 plays, 5 dramas, 14 novels, 60 poems. Out of those 60 poems, approx 45 are very small. Now in my classes, when my student asked me, "Sir, are we supposed to read these 14 novels line by line?" You know what is my normal reply? I say, why did you join me? If you have joined me, I will save that time of 14 novels where you will read it line by line, because this is English literature. There are so many literary studies done on these books in the modern times. Students are not even aware of these things. How many of you know that in Tempest, post-colonial narrations are very important thing? In King Lear, disability concept has been applied. So I ask my students that as you have trusted me, you don't have to read the novels line by line. I will read it for you. I have done my readings. I have made my own notes. I have prepared my own lectures along with Zoom sessions. And then I make sure that whatever my student will read and learn, I give him 100 times more knowledge, more data on the same thing. So technically, you don't have to read 14 novels, 5 plays with me. You just have to attend those lectures where I elaborate, explain those complex topics, those exclusive themes, those motifs. If you attend my lectures, you're the part of these things, it will be very easy for you to go for it. So technically, the syllabus is very easy, 14 novels, 5 plays, 60 poems, you can do it. Along with these things, you will also get the basic understanding of history of English literature. I'll be telling you about ages, writers, genres, mindset, where we have to apply feminist study, where we have to apply post-colonial study. I'll also give you a complete chronology of the time phase. Once you are prepared for these things, nobody will be able to stop you. We have 2 different papers dealing with 1600 to 1700. Second paper we have 1900 to 1990. And both of these papers, they are dealing with main writers, main books. So if we say that the syllabus is complex, no, it's not complex. But when we read it, we will go in the depth of depths. गहराइयों की भी गहराई में जाएंगे. And we will be prepared in a way that the past years question papers of UPSC are answered in an easy way. That's why one of the biggest focus that each of you starts writing in a proper way, and I keep monitoring your answers. I try my best to update those things, and I am 100% sure that with us, you all can do miracles. My dear UPSC aspirants, as you saw this presentation, I just wanted to tell you that, my dear friends, as UPSC is a target for you, it is also my dream to give amazing success in UPSC. I'm here talking on the grounds of UGC NET. I started with 2 students, started leading the nation in that field. Literature of UGC NET is the widest, it's the biggest one. So if I compare the syllabus of UPSC in front of UGC NET, UPSC syllabus is nothing. But UPSC has a different pattern, different structure, different style. UGC NET has a different pattern, different structure, different style. Having my 200% confidence that I can do really well and I can help you in a proper way, I invite you to join the fresh batch of UPSC English. Let's do it together. Your UPSC target, it's my dream. And we can win because English literature has taught us man can be destroyed but never defeated. And Robert Browning, he motivated me, he will motivate you. I was ever a fighter, so one fight more, the best and the last. Thank you.